Hey guys, in today's video we're going to cover interview lighting and how to get a look like this. So when it comes to cinematography, one of the most important skills that you need to have is interview lighting. I would say in 90% of my work there's always some part of it that needs interview lighting or talking head lighting. For corporate clients, most of the time they ask for really clean and modern looking images, and sometimes for documentary work I also get a modern look request, but with sort of more high dramatic kind of scenes, I get to use something like this. So to get this look, my key light is the 720B, and that's at 45 degrees for myself, and that's set to 5600 Kelvin with the softbox. And between the softbox and myself, I've got a bigger diffusion frame from Intelitech, the fast frame, and this one has the diffusion sheet and it has a grid to stop the light from spilling onto the background. On the other side, I've got the Nanlite 60C with a projection attachment, and I've got that light set to 2700 Kelvin to give me that really strong backlight in here. I would reduce the intensity much more. I'd maybe put it at like 5 or 10% to make it look more realistic and make it more motivated with the lamp here. So let's do that really quickly, even though I really like this look. And what's good about the Nanlite products is that you can control everything from your iPhone or Android. So I'm just going to go into my 60C and I'm going to reduce the intensity from 100% to, let's say, yeah, this is a 30% look. Now, the first thing that I do when I turn up to a location is to check out the space, the room, make sure I have enough space to bring all my lights and work out where I position my lights. You'd find sometimes in offices you get really small rooms and you can't use big sources of light, so you have to use a small softbox or something similar. The idea is that the bigger the light source, the softer the light will be on your skin, and the further away you can put it back from your talent so you don't have it in the shot. Because I have a fairly big studio with high ceilings, I managed to fit my large frame, but in a smaller environment, I would maybe use a smaller softbox and bring it much closer to myself. And I can perhaps look more to the side where you would get the shadow from here, or I'm looking at my B cam, which would become my A cam in this situation. Then I usually like to add a bit of haze, and again, haze adds a bit of texture and drama, diffuses the light even more, but it's not suitable for everything. You need to work out if you have smoke alarms or not, but I love using a bit of haze in the shot. I'm also using a diffusion filter on my lens. This is the Tiffin Black Pro Mist at 1/4 strength, and I've got that on the A cam, the red KOMODO-X, and I'm filming at 43mm to just have enough room to move my hands in the frame. And my B cam is the 6K full frame, and that's with the Nikon AIS 35mm f2 lens. And you can see that this lens is much sharper. It's a prime lens versus the zoom lens that I've got from Canon. So ideally you want to use the same camera, same lenses to get the same kind of look. But because they both shoot raw, I can easily mix and match the color. So in fairness, I usually like to start from the top, so that would be my key light. But again, you can't always have a key light above the talent. But let's say I want a cleaner look, I would bring in a full light from this side to fill in the shadows even more, and I would bring in a hair light from the top. So let's do that with the Nanlite app. So now I'm going to bring in the Power Slim from the top to give me my hair light. So here we go here. That's at 50%, and perhaps that's a little bit too strong, so maybe I'll go down to 10%. And I'm going to bring in my fill light, and this is with the full light at 40%. Now I actually already shot this video with these glasses on, and I realized I'm getting quite a bit of reflection. So when I have that, I would ask the talent to try and look in the right direction so the light isn't completely reflecting in the lens. And I'd also use a polarizer to cut down the glare and reflection on the lenses. But let's go back to the Nanlite app, and we're gonna take off each light one by one. So I'll start with the Pavo Slims. I'm gonna switch these off. And now my key light is completely gone. So I only have my 60C. So I'm gonna switch off my 60C as well. So at the moment we only have the practical light behind me, and I'm gonna bring in my 60C. So it's the 60C at 50%. I can go to 100%. does look pretty cool, not gonna lie. It feels really dramatic, really kind of music video vibes. And this is definitely too much for interview lighting. So I'm gonna reduce the 60C to maybe 50%. I'm gonna bring in my key light, the 720B, bring it to about, I would say 72%. I'm quite happy with this look, especially if I'm looking more to the side. So we're getting what you call short lighting, where you have a bit of shadow on this side. The light is definitely bouncing around the room because it's all white. So that's something else to consider. Ideally, I want to shoot against a black or a darker background. So now I'll bring in my 120Cs and get rid of my glasses so we get to see what it looks like. I could go completely full out just from the top, and then let's switch off the 720B. And this is a way more dramatic look, which can work for certain situations, but it's a little bit much, I think. So we're gonna go back and switch on the 720B. So let's bring in the footlight now. And maybe reduce the intensity a little bit. So there you go, guys. This is how I would light my interviews and talking head videos, depending on what the brief entails. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please engage with it. It helps with the algorithm. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And as always, stay creative, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.